Good day. Today I'm going to be working on making some kombucha tea. Now I have been brewing this particular batch since December 5th, and today I'm going to go to the stage 2 where I will strain the tea and bottle it to ferment for however long. I mean, it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to indefinitely for the actual consumption of the tea. So the first thing I want to share with you is that in handling kombucha, you want to remember never to handle kombucha with your bare hands. You want to have a pair of latex gloves that are dedicated to processing your kombucha. Also, I use a wooden spoon and a strainer and of course a plastic funnel to to strain and get the kombucha into the bottle. So we'll get started here really quickly. What we want to do, we have a batch here that we're going to remove from this first process. Now, I've been processing kombucha for a long time. I have several bottles already ready to go. And sometimes when you're working with kombucha, your scobies sometimes deplete themselves and are no longer viable for use. So when I have that happen, I just discard those. Now, every time you make a batch of kombucha, you're going to create a new baby SCOBY. And so you start out with one batch and then you'll have another baby on top. You can use that baby to start a new batch of kombucha. So the thing about kombucha is once you start making it, you start getting this addition of SCOBYs, and sometimes it can get a little out of hand. But we love kombucha tea. It's very good for you and very therapeutic, very good for your digestive system. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and strain this tea. Honey, can you help me with that? Just hold that in. I don't have 4 hands here. Alrighty, so we're going to strain. And I use a strainer because when the kombucha is rendering, when it's in its first stage, sometimes you'll see like little remnants of the SCOBY that look a little slimy. Some people are fine with that. I prefer to have the pure tea. So what I do is strain. So rendered a little bit more than I anticipated. The last batch didn't render that much. So, good job. Okay, we want to leave a little bit of the tea in the bowl for the next batch. So that is in the bottle, and it's a lot. So I'll probably put some of that in another bottle. Because most of the time, my kombucha, I render about a little over half of the bottle. For this batch, which is the same batch, then it only rendered up to this level. I like the bottles not so full because I like to add things like fruit, cranberries, ginger, blueberries. I have 4 bottles already brewing now. And I have blueberry, I have ginger, I have cranberry, and sometimes I do cherry. So depending on the flavors, or you could just do it plain. So that is the process of bottling. I will probably add some ginger to this bottle, just a few slithers, and then I cap it. And make sure that you put the date on it that you rendered it, that you transferred it to the fermentation bottle. And then it could ferment for anywhere from 2 weeks on up. And remember when you get ready to open up your bottle of kombucha, it's like opening up a bottle of champagne, so you have to be very careful, otherwise it'll explode. And I had that experience where I had a bottle to explode and the cherries went all over the ceiling, so we don't want that. So just remember to be pretty cautious when you're opening up the bottle. And that's it. The next video, I will actually show you the process of how I actually start my kombucha tea, stage 1. We'll see you again.